SNY Tech HD here, back with another video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you the top settings that you need to change right now to improve battery life. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to change is the analytics and improvements option in the settings. So go to settings, scroll down, you're going to find privacy. So go inside privacy, scroll down to the bottom, you'll have the analytics and improvements section. You'll find a bunch of toggle that is switched on by default. So make sure you switch off all the toggles, because these toggles are used by Apple to collect data from your iPhone regularly. So make sure you switch them all off. The next thing is location services. So go to settings, go to privacy, and then location services. You'll have the first thing to change is share my location. Make sure you switch off share my location, because this is constantly using your location to share. So the next thing is to change the apps that are using your location. So make sure none of the apps in the list have always set, because when it's set to always, the app is going to constantly use your location whenever it's required. So I would recommend you not to have always for any of the apps that you have downloaded. So make sure you change it to either while using the app or never, according to your preferences. So the next thing we're going to change is the system services. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll find the system services section. When you go into it, you're going to find a bunch of toggles that is constantly using your location all the time. So make sure you switch off the toggles, and I would suggest you to switch on emergency calls and SOS according to your location. I would not need it, so I'm just turning it off. And I'm going to turn off all the toggles except for Find My iPhone and Wi-Fi calling, because Wi-Fi calling is used to improve the calling experience, and Find My iPhone is required for the Find My iPhone app. So I would suggest you to switch off all the other toggles, and your iPhone is just going to work perfectly fine as it would. So the next thing to change is significant locations. So go inside significant locations, you're going to find a bunch of lists that has been recording your location. So make sure you switch off significant location, because this is used by Apple. So after significant location, you're just going to find 3 toggles that has product improvements. So switch them all off, because it's just Apple using your location for product development. So the next setting to change is the background app refresh. Go into settings, go to general, and you're going to find the background app refresh. The first setting you need to change is make sure you change the background app refresh setting to Wi-Fi and not Wi-Fi and mobile data. It's going to by default be set to Wi-Fi and mobile data. So the next thing to change is on apps. So we'll have the list of apps that's downloaded on your iPhone. Make sure you switch off the toggles that you don't want apps to constantly use data in the background for refresh. So the next thing to change is the optimized battery charging setting in the battery health section. So go inside battery health section, you're going to find the toggle optimized battery charging. By default it's going to be on, but I suggest you to check it up on again and switch it on. So the next thing to do is to disable push data. Scroll down and you'll find password and accounts. Go to fetch new data and make sure push is turned off, because push is going to constantly use data all the time to push new data into your iPhone. So the next thing is to change the fetch data to either manually or hourly. I suggest you to not put it to automatically, because that is also going to be using your data constantly. So make sure you switch it to hourly or 30 minutes or 15 minutes as per your preference. So the last thing to do is to change other basic settings that's required. So the first thing is auto lock. Go inside settings, go to display and brightness, you'll find the auto lock. Make sure it's not set to never, and change it to 30 seconds or 1 minute. Next thing is to turn on dark mode. So you can do it by 2 ways. The first thing is to scroll down on your control center, go to brightness, and you will find the dark mode. Make sure you switch on dark mode, because dark mode helps significantly improve your battery life by 20 to 25%. You can also do it by going to display and brightness and changing your theme to dark mode. The next thing to do is to use low power mode. So when you're running out of battery at some point of time, you can do this. You can just switch on low power mode, and it's gonna at least save you some battery life. And you can also do one more thing, is by clearing the RAM and the recents app. You can just swipe up all the apps that's there in the recents app. It's gonna just exit the apps and make sure it's not running in the background. Also, you can also clear the RAM. To clear the RAM, you need assistive touch. Make sure assistive touch is on by going to settings, accessibility, touch, and switch on assistive touch, because we will need the home button. Now to clear the RAM, you will have to press the volume up, volume down, then hold the power button. We'll go in the power off mode. Now go to assistive touch and long press on the home button, and as you unlock, you'll find the RAM has been cleared successfully. So that is all guys, that is all you have to do. These settings that you need to change that will significantly improve your battery life. Thank you for watching my video guys. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech videos.